Okay, hello again, everybody. Welcome. This is Mark Hollenstein and the Masters of Light and the Elders of the Universe, and this is Saturday, May 3rd, 2025. And I just want to start by saying thank you so much for being here. I don't know what you're feeling today, but the energies are very intense. Um, and I'm always so humbled and honored that A, you show up, and B, that at this point in my life, I'm called to support each of you in navigating this crazy time that we are going through on planet Earth. So thank you so much. For those of you that are here for the first time or listening to the replay for the first time, I want to say a special welcome to you. These calls are kind of changing as we are evolving, but typically, these calls are an hour long. They're 60 minutes, typically broken up into 4 segments, each segment 15 minutes each, where I typically bring forth the information, then I flush it out. I bring the information that either the elders or the masters of light are giving to us, and then I flush it out based on my perspective, my interaction with the messenger, and then I give some solid suggestions how we can all utilize the information most effectively, and then we end the call with some kind of grounding visualization or meditation. When we do that, I often encourage you to spend a couple minutes when we all hang up to sit in your own stillness. So, but when I tell people when we conclude the meditation, you might be in a very contemplative state and you might forget to hang up. And I just want to remind you, these phone calls the recording doesn't stop until the last person on the call hangs up. So it's important we all hang up together, but don't let that hang up jump you so quick out of your own stillness that you might miss something that your own inner guidance wants to bring forward just for you. That being said, I was sharing that these calls are shifting a little bit. And this particular call, I made sure that I sent a text message to everyone to remind you that the written version of this message was sent to you in your 1-week reminder. And I was encouraging you to make sure that you read it prior to getting here. This message was extra long from the elders, and that presented a little bit of a challenge for me in deciding how I was going to orchestrate this call. I've also been noticing that the way that the elders have been working with me, they came through in 2023, and the Masters of Light started channeling through me in 2017. The elders are definitely moving me in a direction where all these messages are being written out. It feels important that they want these written. So I sent it to you for you to read, and my intention was I wasn't going to read it today and take up our whole time together reading it, but rather highlight a few very important things. I'm going to attempt to do that, and I'm going to ask you for your patience with me because I'm learning a new way to handle these calls as of today with this longer message. Before I attempt to do that, I do want to share with you, first I want to invite you to take 3 full, slow, intentional breaths into your chest cavity. I want you to activate your heart chakra with your breath. But as you exhale, so I want you to inhale with the intention that you're activating your heart chakra. And on the exhale, I want you to be very mindful of your physical body. And without moving your body a whole bunch, on each exhale, simply let your body soften and relax in whatever position you're seated in right now. So let's do that together. Let's all take the first really full breath in. Feel it in your chest cavity, and as you exhale, just notice your body soften. Maybe your butt cheeks relax on your chair a little bit, and your shoulders drop on this one. Now do it again. Breathe in. Feel the breath moving deeper into your lungs and expanding your chest and your heart chakra. And as you exhale, see if you can notice another part of your body just relax. Maybe it's your feet and you let your knees kind of fall outward a little bit. And then on this third and final one, I want you to, on the exhale, purposefully let all the muscles in your face soften. So go ahead and inhale. And as you exhale, let all the muscles in your face soften. Let your eyeballs soften in their sockets. Kind of like those, they get to gently fall asleep. But don't fall asleep. Just notice the softening. Now I want you to check in with yourself. What are you feeling right now? Maybe pull in 2 words for yourself to explain to yourself, what are you feeling? And then when you're ready, go ahead and open your eyes if you close them and begin to really open your heart and open your mind, trusting that something I'm going to say today you really need to hear. Something I'm going to point to is going to resonate with you, that's going to support you in gaining some clarity and inner peace. That's the intention of the elder's message, the lengthy message that I wrote, that I emailed to you. The intention is to bring you some clarity of your own mind as it relates to your own experience happening in your life right now, and an inner sense of peace. After I share what I'm going to share, I would encourage you to today, don't wait, today, go back and read the message after this collective focus on it that we're all putting on it, and see what else jumps out at you, because I was sharing with a handful of you that are on this call that also do coaching with me that this is probably the most important message I've ever brought forward. And I do not say that lightly. And the deep dive that we're doing that today, immediately following this call, many of you have signed up for it, is probably the most important workshop I have brought forth to any of you who have been working with me since we started receiving messages from the elders, or from the Masters of Light in 2017. And I do not say that lightly either. So I want you to check in with yourself, and whatever you're feeling, allow it, and see how this message overlays on top of that, and how it brings you clarity and some inner peace today. Because before I go through the message, I want to share with you the energies of today are very agitated. There is this strong, this energy is going to linger today, and I want to bring your attention to it because it may be pointing to what you're already experiencing. But today's energy is like a pressure cooker. You know, a pressure cooker or a rice boiler, right? You put the water in, you put the contents in, you put the lid on, you turn the dial, and you turn it to warm or to high or whatever setting. But eventually the lid on this pressure cooker begins to bump up and down and maybe make a little rattling sound, and you can hear that in the kitchen. Oh, the water has boiled. The steam is rising, and that steam and that heat is forcing movement in a very confined space. And so the lid is rattling and looking for some expansion for what's boiling within the container. And there are 2 containers that this energy is interacting with. One is the inner container of your beingness, and that's what you're feeling. And the other is the collective container of all of the drops of humans, all of the drops of one energy broken up, one energy of the infinite ocean of consciousness, the one source creator broken up, looking like it's separate in the form of 9 billion humans on our planet, all in an intentional pressure cooker that is, so hold that thought for 1 second. For some reason, my alarms are all going off. I'm just going to speak to Siri, and it's going to be on the recording. Siri, turn off all of my alarms. Thank you for indulging me. I hope that works, because it keeps going off. And I didn't have one set. So, in this pressure cooker, let's talk about you first, and then we're going to get to the message, because this message came prior to me tapping into the very specific energies of today. And the energies of today are very much, they're setting the tone for the energy of May, and then I'm going to read you the message. So this boiler cooking pressure cooker is, if we're aware of it, if we're not aware of it, what do we do when we're uncomfortable, when we feel this inner agitation, when we feel the steam starting to boil within us? It gets hot, it gets uncomfortable, it gets distracting, it gets irritating. And if we're not aware that it's happening for a reason, we could interact with it in a destructive way rather than an enlightened, understanding way. And that's really necessary, because it's setting the tone for the entire month. And let me just remind you, before I talk more about this pressure cooker, in February, we were told that we were entering a very specific 90-day open window portal on the entire planet, March 1st through May 31st. We're 3 days into the final 30 days of this 90-day open window, and 3 days in, we find ourselves in this pressure cooker. Let me remind you, we were told that this 90-day open window is a time of absolute acceleration of anything that we put our focus on. And way back in February, we were encouraged in this 90-day window to put our focus inward, unlike we ever have before. You heard me say, I cannot stress this enough. There is nothing more important than prioritizing on your to-do list your stillness practice to activate what the elders brought into the conversation in February as our I am presence. Remember that, right? This I am presence is being offered as a possibility, and it is the key. It is the key component to your success in navigating the obstacles that I've been talking about since 2020 that are going to hit our mud runner races through what we've been calling the dismantle on the world stage. And today we find this really agitating pressure cooker and steam building for those obstacles to get ready to land in our experience. If we do not interact with this agitation pressure cooker energy today from an enlightened awareness, we are going to find ourselves perfectly positioned to react in lower vibrations and create unnecessary suffering for us. This pressure cooker that you are feeling within yourself is not because you're doing anything wrong. It's not because you're doing anything bad. It's not because you're missing the mark in any way. It is the pressure cooker of the discrepancy of your soul and the illusion that you are separate from source. I'm going to say that again. The intensity of the pressure that you are feeling within yourself is not because you are doing anything wrong. It is not because you are missing the mark. It is not because you are failing. It is not because you don't know what to do. It's because there is this pressure building between the vibrational mismatch of the illusion that allowed us to ever believe that we were separate from source. That veil is thinning, and the discrepancy between your soul only knowing itself in the extreme power and beauty and unconditional love of source juxtaposed upon the person that you created yourself to be, that I've been calling, as long as you've been working with me, your wounded third dimensional persona, which isn't wrong and bad. It was you doing the best you could to figure out a way to survive the insanity of the illusion that you were separate from source, living on a planet dominated by fear and with an overriding agenda to keep you believing that you were separate from source. So this inner pressure cooker is because the veil is thinning and the frequency of fear is getting fainter and fainter and fainter to sustain that belief. And the pressure that you are feeling inside has one goal. I don't want you to miss this. It has one goal. It is to drive you so far inward that you allow the embodiment, which will be as unique for you as your thumbprint, to surge within every fiber of your being, giving you an undeniable knowing that you are source. Feel that. Way back in February, when we got the invitation to develop, go inward and really connect with this I am presence, I could feel the beauty of the elders saying how important it is. I could feel it in my body. And I said to you, I know I'm going to deliver this message, and for many of you, it's going to fly right over your head. It's just going to be Mark, wah, 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 another message that I kind of think I like to participate in, but I'm not sure if I'm really doing anything with the information. And back in February, I'm like, I can't let you miss this, because what's available in the 90-day window, March, April, and May, and here we are in the third day of the last 90 days, what's available for this embodied connection is so important to have you ready to be able to absorb the next surge of energy the Earth is going to receive in June during the solstice of June 20th and 21st. And that, so another way to say that is all the time you spend in March, April, and May giving yourself space for your inner guidance to really allow the ocean to wake up your drop, so you can have an undeniable knowing that, oh my gosh, I really am source. I'm getting this. It's not like you're going to overnight go, oh my God, I get it, and you're going to function like Jesus. It's not like that. It is my alarm just went off again. Siri didn't work. It's subtle, but it's undeniable. This I am awakening in you is you remembering. It's not something new. It's you remembering who you are as the infinite, eternal source in human form as you. And that is in this 90-day, the more you allow that to become the next expanded part of your truth, the stronger your radio tower is going to be, the stronger the bandwidth of your radio tower as a soul is going to be to absorb this next surge of energy that's coming in June. And we were told in February that that's going to empower you to be from the I am presence in this surprise and amaze energy that's going to support you in navigating the obstacles that are going to show up on the world stage. I know I've been saying this for a long time, and I know that a lot of you are like, where are these obstacles? Like, where is this stuff? I see a bunch of shit happening all over the world stage, but I don't, like, where is it? What is it? Is this true? You're not wrong in feeling all that. But I'm telling you, it's around the corner. It is coming in the second half of the year. Technically, the way we divide up time, the second half of the year is June through December. Energetically, it could start as quickly as when we hang up this call. Okay? So it's super important. So this energy that you're feeling today, this energy of agitation, this energy of uncertainty, there is a desperate attempt within yourself. Hear me. There is a desperate attempt within yourself that is equal to the desperate attempt of every world leader going batshit crazy to maintain their illusion of control over their country, over their people, and over their ability to defend themselves from other countries. I'm going to say that again. This pressure that is in you is the same energy of the desperate attempt that we are all witnessing outside. It's a desperate attempt to maintain control. Who inside of you is desperate to maintain control? Your wounded, third-dimensional persona who is scared shitless to surrender to the I am presence. There is a desperate attempt that you are experiencing within yourself right now, and it is the desperate attempt of your wounded third-dimensional persona to not let you surrender to your I am presence. Why? Because your wounded third-dimensional persona, which is another name for your ego, was your defender. It did the best it could to help you craft a way of survival. And it helped you craft a way of survival in a world that is no longer sustainable, and the energy that has allowed the world to be the way the world has been is dismantling. It's getting so weak, everything is dismantling externally right in front of our eyes. And that's contributing to this desperate attempt in this pressure cooker that you're feeling today, presenting you with a big choice, which is why I'm telling you this is the most important message I've ever brought forth. And I'm not blowing smoke in your ear. This desperate attempt of your sweet, loving, you can think of it as your inner child, because by the time we were 7, we were all so frickin' imprinted and confused. We had developed our way of being to survive way back then, and we built on it for years and decades, and it served us well. But the vibration of your wounded third-dimensional persona, your sweet inner child, your sweet protector ego is not a vibrational match to the high frequency, pure light of your I am presence, because they're in that energy. It's absent of fear. It only knows itself as source, and therefore its absence of any human limitation. I've been saying this for years, remember? Feel the pressure cooker within you. I cannot flip the switch for any of you. I can just keep pointing you inward. And today I'm telling you, I am bringing you this message because as right now, we still have 30 more days of amplified positive experiences and positive outcomes for every moment you spend acknowledging your I am presence. And many of you, even as I just said that, many of you, as I have been saying, as I've been talking on this whole message, are feeling a sense of dread. You're feeling, and you're not wrong, that's the pressure cooker. Part of you, your mind, your wounded third dimensional persona is saying, oh, I don't want to do that. I don't want to spend the time, right? Because you keep filtering it through this misbelief that it requires extended times of meditation, of shutting your brain off. No, it doesn't. It just requires you opening yourself to connecting with it in the midst of this pressure cooker that is continuing to keep you away from it. This steam could actually open a space within you that you can let go lovingly and say, I so appreciate you, my protector, my wounded persona, but I need to venture in here so I can free us both from the bondage of fear and tap into this higher level of ability that's absent of fear, so I can navigate both of us through this dismantle. So I'm going to lovingly say, I hear you and I appreciate your attempt to continue to protect me from your perspective, but now I'm going to bring healing to you by letting my I am presence become my priority. I got you, inner child. I got you, wounded persona. I got you, mind that wants to judge me and make me feel bad for not wanting to do the I am practice. And then I spin in that. I love you, my mind. And I know you're very intimately connected to my wounded persona. I got you, mind. I got you, wounded persona. I need you to trust me, and we're going to run this experiment. We're going to open space for this power within us that we've never been separate from, that we've been playing a game that's really convinced us we are. We're going to open space for that because, A, that's really why I'm here, and that's where my true power lies. So I'm going to hold you, wounded mind, and I'm going to hold you, wounded child, and I'm going to hold you, wounded third dimensional persona, as we go into our stillness so the I am presence can reveal itself from the inside out. So the energy today is inviting you to be as honest with this turmoil that you're feeling and release yourself from trying to keep it together through the lens of unfelt fear and pushing it away. This is not about pretending the pressure cooker is not there. This is fully acknowledging it and acknowledging that, oh, this pressure cooker is boiling within me to support me making the choice, because it is a choice. And it's the definitive choice of that our soul came to make, that our soul took incarnation to help our human aspect support the entire species of awakening by making the same choice when it's presented to them. So now I'm going to go through a few key parts of the written message that are very important. For those of you that are going to participate in the deep dive, I'm going to really help you go deep with this. For those of you that are not, I'm going to give you everything I can right now to support you. And then I'm going to encourage you, please go back and read this message. And I've been saying for as long as I've been sending written messages, do yourself a favor. Print the message and read it every day. I'm not blowing smoke in your ear. If you've never done that, this is the message and this is the month to do it. Print the message, read it every day, and see how that shifts you. Because this message is embedded with high frequency light codes, and every time you receive it, you open your own transmitter for your own inner guidance to bring the clarity you are seeking. So, again, I'm not going to read the entire thing, but I am going to read little snippets and then flush it out. The first thing I want to point to, when I was receiving this and writing it, they start with, dear beloved Earth family, we greet you today with endless love and the utmost respect and admiration for your beautiful courage and dedication. What I felt in my body as they transmitted those words, I can't even begin to describe. And I'm going to ask you to ask them to let you feel that when you are in your stillness and you read it. The level of admiration and respect from these non-physical, highly evolved, high-frequency beings, some of which have never had a human incarnation. What they are transmitting in a feeling so I can receive their endless love and feel their utmost respect and their admiration is off the charts. Whether you feel it or not, I'm going to point that out to you because this message is for you. Again, my little circle of influence is pretty tight and intimate. And why we get to have this very personal connection with these high-level beings, I don't know. I'm so grateful I have it for myself. The fact that I have anybody that I get to share it with is incredible to me. But their admiration for your soul, your wounded third dimensional can brush that, a wounded persona can brush that off. They're not talking to your wounded third dimensional persona. They're talking to your soul who came and played the game of your wounded third dimensional persona just so your light could be here to support the evolutionary process of humanity, whether you're fully waking up or not. You're here holding a high level of light that your wounded mind still does not fully comprehend. Your I am presence does. And the elders know it, and they're telling you, wow, our respect and admiration for what you're doing, just living as a human on the planet right now, is off the charts. And then they go on to say, as we walk with you, we see and understand what you are experiencing on Earth during these dramatically transformative times. I don't want you to miss this, because they say it in this letter several times. As we walk with you. As your I am presence expands within you, you will feel a very potent connection with these guides and your own that are walking with you. They've always walked with you, but you now have the capacity to feel their presence way more than you have felt it up until this moment. They're transmitting that to you, and they're reminding you often in this very long letter how present they are in supporting us from the other side. At the same time, they're in awe and admiration of our courage to do what we're doing. So I'm going to skip and go to a particular paragraph. The energies of revelation and disclosure with long hidden truths coming fully into light are amplifying and accelerating. Every day, old illusions are crumbling and dismantling while the momentum of unstoppable change is building. Your role as soul volunteers has never been more critical as you stand as beacons of light in this unprecedented unfolding of truth. We have reiterated through this messenger, me, multiple times that we will continue to walk with you every step of the way. The part of this I want to show you, the energies of revelation and disclosure with long hidden truths coming fully into light are amplifying and accelerating. They're not here yet. The revelations and the disclosures have not come into our full awareness yet. They're amplifying and accelerating in this pressure cooker we are all in right now. I'm pointing that out because it matters down the road in this message and more to come. Because as you read this, you might not really have understood what that means. We've been hearing that we're in this time of revelation. We're not seeing a whole bunch of revelations come forward in one big swoop that would make us go, oh, look at that revelation. I'm pointing out they are amplifying and accelerating in this pressure cooker right now. And the momentum, we were told in February, we are building momentum in this 90-day window. The momentum of unstoppable change is building right now in this pressure cooker of the 90-day open window culminating in May. The momentum of unstoppable change is building. That's important. You are seeing on the world stage in the chaos the momentum of unstoppable change, and it looks horrific. It looks like the outcome of that unstoppable change is going to be horrific if we're looking through the lens of our wounded third dimensional persona. That unstoppable change is going to get more chaotic, hence the obstacles on the world stage, but it's all leading to something absolutely amazing. But you won't know that. You will not know that. You will not know that without the assurance of your I am presence. And that's why it's so important. We're all being called in. So the open window, I'm continuing to read in another paragraph now. This open window or portal we have spoken of from March 1st through May 31st is undeniably a pivotal time for your ascension process. For your ascension process. The ever-expanding possibilities of an embodied awareness of your I am presence allow you to recognize yourself as source creator, revealing the being that you truly are. This realization is coming into focus as a living reality for each of you. Remember in February I said, what I'm feeling in my body, I can't let you miss this. As we're starting into the third month of the 90-day window, hold on one second. I'm sorry. I just got a text from Joseph. Joseph, I'm reading the message that came in the 1 week reminder from the elders for May 2025. So your I am presence allows you to recognize yourself as source creator, revealing the being that you truly are. This realization is coming into focus as a living reality for each of you. It also coincides with a season on your planet where you will witness a profound shift as collective unconscious energies move into conscious realization across the globe. Over the next 3 to 6 months, you will notice what was once buried in the collective psyche rising to the surface, both in society at large and within your individual hearts, hence the pressure cooker that we're feeling right now. This awakening of awareness is being catalyzed by your very presence and vibration as a soul volunteer. You're being selected to be here right now, and the high vibration of your soul is actually the catalyst that's helping support all of us wake up. I'm not going to read the next chapter. This is the second page of all of that. Please go back and read it. It's pretty powerful, but I want to move on to another section. Your vibration alone activates many who've been asleep, gently nudging them to open their eyes and see beyond former veils. Have you not noticed friends and family starting to question outdated beliefs or seek truth after they've been in your presence? Even if those around you do not wake immediately, know that your light is planting seeds within their souls that will bloom in time. Expect this effect to accelerate as your light continues to expand. We share this with you today because many of you burden yourselves unnecessarily, believing you must validate your purpose as soul volunteers with some grandiose project or obvious calling, yet you are needlessly dragging that weight of that expectation. Beloved soul, in today's message, we wish to release you from the shackles you have placed upon yourself. We want to assure you that the radiance of your soul is doing the work, and that is the reason you volunteered. You were chosen for this divine mission of anchoring light. The veils that have kept humanity in the dark are the same veils being lifted to allow you to relax into the realization that your presence in this human experience reflects your soul's purpose. That's super important. I'm going to go on to another section. Again, read the entire, because there's more good stuff around that. As you continue to prioritize embodying your I am presence, you will find the capacity to trust that each new piece of information is a necessary part of the collective awakening. You will embody the strength and wisdom to handle these revelations with grace and gratitude. This is what you have been preparing for. And we have absolute faith in your ability to remain balanced throughout this seemingly tumultuous journey. So, let me just see what else I have highlighted here. Allow your soul to assure your mind that you can trust each soul will awaken in their perfect timing. As you continue to move through this 90-day open window portal, dedicate yourself to the practices that uplift you, whether that's meditation, dance, prayer, creative expression, spending time in nature, or anything else that allows you to connect with your inner state. When you commit to your inner growth and alignment with Source, you become a steady beacon of higher light. So those are the pieces I wanted to highlight to you today. And again, I want to encourage you to go back and read the entire thing. Now I want to sum it together. Here's why it is so important, beloved soul, beautiful tribe member. It is so, in my lifetime, since I had a nervous breakdown in 1991 and I made a decision I was going to go inward. I didn't even know the word ascension, but it was that event was the catalyst for me to go in and connect with my inner guidance. I didn't know what I was going to connect with, but I knew that I was just going to go in. And from that experience, I have had many occasions where I have had moments of deep experience of remembering myself as source. I've had that, and I've carried that with me. Since March 1st, as we've been working with this I Am Presence practice that the elders brought in, I can tell you that the experience I've had in the past were just the seeds for me. Something is moving in me, and my bandwidth of experiencing myself as my I Am Presence, I am having these new experiences. And again, I always say to you, I'm just 10 steps ahead of you. I'm just one step ahead of you right now, the way these energies are moving. So the piece that I want to connect for you today as your biggest takeaway through the lens of this very beautiful message, this pressure cooker energy that's coming in today is getting ready. They were saying over the next 3 to 6 months, we're going to see these unconscious behaviors come to the surface on the world stage. I have been saying to you since 2020, as the obstacles show up, we have the capacity to connect, and now we're being told this ability to connect with an energy that will allow us to surprise and amaze ourselves how we navigate the obstacles is the I Am Presence. And I can feel that shifting in me. When they kept saying that, I didn't know what that would be, but they've delivered what that is, and I'm interacting with it, and I'm feeling a new sense of empowerment. I'm not special. I'm just the messenger bringing what's available to all of us. Over the next 3 to 6 months, you've been hearing me say it this way, we are going to see a fever pitch insanity presentation of the illusion of fear in human form. That's what we are witnessing right now. The epitome of presentation of fear is the desperate attempt to maintain control. And the desperate attempt to maintain control has always been exemplified in humanity through us versus them. We're put on teams in elementary school that we're going to beat the other team and we're going to be the best, and we're going to cycle through a bunch of teams until we come out on top. And that has escalated into the fever pitch insanity of pro sports, where we just see masses of people, right? And then we see the fights in the parking lot. That's just how ordinary folks move into a fever pitch insanity of the us versus them. But as the pressure cooker builds, it's going to continue to escalate in forms of power trying to maintain control. As we witness that on the world stage, here's the most important part of this message. As you witness that on the world stage, that is the game piece, if you will. That is the catalyst. Our witnessing of those expressions are going to activate a response in us that's going to present a choice. It's all designed to hold on, I'm getting another call. Let me make sure I didn't lose you. As the presentation of fear in the way of desperate attempts to maintain control show up on the world stage, that's going to activate within us fear. And that activation of fear is our invitation to make a choice, to go inward, to allow our I am presence, the vibration of our eternal soul, instructing us, empowering us, teaching us, transforming us, and creating the capacity within us to transcend our fear response. And that is how we're going to continue to expand our I am presence. And what happens when you know yourself as source in that, you start to lose the charge. You start to interact with the external presentation with less reaction and less suffering. And from there, it grows into a personal experience of that. What that personal experience of that will be for you, I don't know. What it is for me is this ever-growing confidence. That's the best way I can say it. And this ever-growing confidence feels in my beingness absent of fear. Regardless of how insane it gets out there, my assurance that this dismantle is going to move us toward great things keeps getting stronger. It doesn't mean I'm in denial or unsympathetic to the suffering the dismantle is bringing. It means that this confidence, this absence of fear that's expanding within us is empowering us to navigate the obstacles in a way that will surprise and amaze ourselves. And as that happens, our light continues to grow. And as our light continues to get stronger, we are now deflating the fuel that actually lets the suffering get greater. That's our superpower. That's the best way I can say it right now. But your inner guidance can bring you into that level of awareness for yourself, and you will have an embodied experience of that. I'm sharing that with you today, and then I'm gonna say this last piece, and then I'm gonna take you into a guided visualization. I'm sharing all of that today because we are going to see the chaos get more chaotic. The pressure cooker is going to get more intense. We do not have to fear that. The pressure cooker that's happening on the outside is the same pressure cooker happening on the inside by divine design to move us into the choice within the pressure cooker to choose the side of the absent of fear energy that you've always been in your soul. But we have to align with it. And that requires choice. And as we keep moving through the rest of May, we have the ability to supercharge that ability to make that choice. And that's what I don't want you to miss. I'm going to keep sharing stuff on this on every Magical Monday in May, and I'll bring forth any other messages. For now, I'm going to move you into a guided visualization, and then we'll take it from there. All right, everybody take a huge breath in. As you exhale, let your body relax, and if you feel comfortable, close your eyes. Now I want you just to check in with yourself. What are you feeling right this moment? Feel it. Doesn't matter what it is. Now sense yourself in the pressure cooker. You don't have to run from it. You don't have to pretend it's not there. It's there. Now allow what I'm saying to be accurate information. Nothing is true unless you believe it's true, and then you create your life as if it is. For right now, let what I'm about to say be true, and then create your life in this moment as it is, as if it is, and see what happens. So in that pressure cooker you're feeling within yourself, that pressure cooker is the discrepancy within your own being of your wounded third dimensional persona who only knows fear, and it wants to protect you the way it's always protected you, and the energy of your soul that's absent of fear, that knew that you would come to this point in your life, in this lifetime, where you would have to give permission and focus for that energy to have the prominent movement in your being. Let that be true right now, just right now. Now, put the focus in your chest cavity, in your heart chakra. Imagine that emerald green ball of light we've been talking about for years that represents the energy of your upgraded heart chakra, your command center. That's where the energy of your I am presence resides. So I want you to watch that emerald green ball of light in your chest cavity that you're visualizing in your mind's eye slowly start to rotate. The emerald green ball is the upgraded command center that's letting the human experience interact with the higher frequencies. Watch that green ball of light now slowly become gold. That energy that you're seeing in your mind's eye change the color of the green ball of light is the energy of your eternal soul. That is the energy of your I am presence. It only knows itself as source, and it has no fear. There is no vibrational match in that energy of fear. Fear is the illusion. It's the game that was created so we could pretend we weren't source to let ourselves expand and grow. Feel for just this moment the invitation of your I am presence, of your eternal soul, the drop of you in the infinite ocean of the one source that has created all that is. Let it calm you right now. Let it assure you right now. In the message, they encouraged us to allow your soul to assure your mind. Right now, let your soul assure your mind that it can guide you into this connection, into this experience of you embodying the energy of your soul in the form of what they're calling your I am presence. Just allow your soul to assure your mind. Let it bring your mind some calm. Let it bring some clarity and peace of mind. And then feel it in your chest cavity. And for just a moment, use the superpower of your smile. Put a smile on your face and feel this subtle shift in your chest cavity. With a smile on your face, breathe into that I am presence. It knows how to move you from where you are to where it wants you to be. Give it permission right now. Surrender to that, even if it feels scary. Surrender your drop to the infinite ocean, because you've always been the ocean. All right, beautiful soul. I'm going to invite all of you to hang up with me right now so the recording stops, and then I'm going to invite you to sit in your stillness for 2 minutes and surrender even more your fearful mind into the peaceful ocean of assurance of your I am presence. I love you tons. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.